What's up, everybody? Oh, here, let's do that. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the RECOOP. I'm your host, Cooper Daniels, and today is Friday, April 11th in the Lord's year 2025. How the hell is everybody doing? What's going on? We're back. It's been a while. Thanks for tuning in. I know I haven't been doing this, but I am back. I just recently had a fourth child. Holy shit. That's a lot of people, folks. There's a lot of people in my house. A lot of emotional needs, a lot of physical needs, and a lot of everybody being tired. But other than that, I'm chilling. I'm here with my family, and I'm going to be doing this for the foreseeable future. We'll be trying to do this every day. Obviously, I'll miss some days during the week because of whatever appointments or whatever things I got going on. But the goal will be to return coming back daily for at least some period before 2 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Can you guys hear me all right? I'm using a different microphone. I hope you can. Let's go to the chat. Hey, Fat Cock Coop. There we go. First thing I read. First to comment. MJ, the Luminary, the Algorand man. Michael Jordan is in the chat. What's up, man? Nice to see you here. Thanks for showing up. Hey, Fisherman Second, another legend. There you go. Fat Cock Coop. There we go. Read it twice. That's longer than fat, but that's okay. Evening, Coop. What's up, Mort? GM, Rome. What's going on? The Coop community is in the building. Fiat Chain is bullish as fuck. Silvio only wants 99.5% of institutions on board. There you go. Fiat Chain. We'll talk about that news that came out of Paris Blockchain Week. Pretty excited about that. Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer. Welcome back. Congrats on the new baby and new lease on life. Hoping Coop and Ballsack bring us out of the doldrums. I think it's about time, man. You know, we talked about my fat cock earlier, the Coop and the ball sack. It's all synergy, folks. Synergy. I went to, speaking of children, I went to my daughter's and my son's, but my son doesn't want to do it, the talent show at my school. I live in a kind of like a larger Russian community. There's a lot of Russians. My daughter had a Russian elementary school teacher. So at this talent show, obviously there was some excellent dancing and gymnastics. But my daughter sang a Bruno Mars song very cutely. Some of the kids were singing along to the singers, or my kid came out and sang that damn song with no backtrack and nailed it. I was excited. You know, people say, you know, with the world being crazy that you should zoom out, right? But when you're sitting in a elementary school of just a lot of different cultures and watching these children on stage, you actually need to zoom in, folks, because all this war and this nonsense and all these battlefields that we're talking about, you know, we got the U.S. Treasuries moving like a meme coin, all of that stuff, and much worse than just economic warfare, means little when you see these little kids with Russian accents, with American accents, with what other fucking accent they got. Just a whole lot of peace and spirit. So it's cool. So like, let's be chill. You know what I mean? Why don't we be chill? Coop for president. All right. Yep. Loud and clear. Cool. Hopefully loud and clear and not annoyingly loud, but that's okay. Congrats, Coop. Thank you, Mort. I appreciate it. And congrats on the fresh mint. That's 4 kids for me, folks. And I suspect, I hope maybe that completes my my minting process. 3 boys and a girl. I had a Russian teacher. Speaking of Russian, she comes up to me and she goes, "Happy father, congratulations, 3 boys, what a fantastic accomplishment." And I was like, hey, "Thank you, ma'am, you're sweet." All right. Anyways, so what do we got going on? Anything interesting? I've been running around. I have some things queued up, but we're just going to do what we did. We're knocking off the rust. We're hanging out. I want to hang out with you guys for about an hour. I know the SEC is having a roundtable. I've tuned into these things before, and I wasn't particularly impressed. So I'm happy to just kind of get read the news article if anything happens. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Why don't we just dive in? Why don't we dive in and see what's going on? I mean, we're going to talk about, like I said, we're going to talk about Paris blockchain. We're going to talk about some things that are coming up. Bitcoin seems to be moving. The stock market is bouncing up. I mean, I wouldn't trust this market. I mean, I don't trust it at all. Do you guys? Are you guys excited? Because how the fuck are you excited? The world is dumping U.S. Treasury. I mean, maybe you can be excited somewhere else. I don't know. I don't really know the ramifications of the 10-year with green dildos, but I don't think it's good. The dollar tanking, treasuries skyrocketing. I don't think that that's the way it's supposed to go. We'll read some people, maybe some smarter people in the chat can illuminate as we go. But let's dive in. Let's just go to the mainstream media and let's check out what CNBC has to say about what's going on in the world. And we'll carry on. Oh, and we got a new sponsor for the show, making this damn thing possible. We'll talk about them at the end. So stay tuned for that. It's an exciting sponsor. I'm excited about it. It's a platform that I use aggressively right now. Maybe some of you already know, but I've been excited to get the show back so I could let everybody know. And there's a skill to this platform that I'm starting to hone in on. I was losing money because I'm an underdog. See, I'm an underdog fan. You know what I mean? But when it comes to betting and odds and predictions, I mean, the algos know what's going on. It seems like it's a better thing to be on the winning side. You know what I'm saying? The side that is favored. Anyways, but we'll get to that. Okay, let's go to CNBC and check it out. Let's make sure we're looking good here. That's not the way I want it to look. Damn it. No. Notice how I didn't panic? I didn't panic, folks. I'm chill. I'm just chilling. Now we got it set up the way I want it to be set up, and we're going to chill and go look at some CNBC. All right, so mortgage rates surge over 7% as tariffs hit bond market. Mentioned I had 4 kids. I don't have a house right now. My wife won't let me leave Los Angeles. So we're never going to have a house. We're going to move to the South fucking Bay, all right? Or Orange County. That's where we're going. Soon. I mean, if Bitcoin could do what it needed to do, if Algo, DOT, all these things that I'm invested in, they could do what I need them to do. If Coop really was for the gains and the things you're going to get. All right, anyway, so the Dow is up almost 600 points, a 1.5%. S&P 500 is also up 1.5%. Everything's up 1.5%, give or take. Green across the board. Volatility, the VIX is down 1.5%. Let's see. The 10-year is at 4.5. Oil's up almost 3%. Oh, damn. You guys, okay. Look, I know I've been gone. I've been gone for a while. All right. I know I've been gone for a while. But you guys all know what a gold bug I am and how bullish I've been on gold, right? And how I've been telling you, I buy physical, just like my Bitcoin. I'm not buying any ETFs. Every time I see a crypto community, currently the DOT community is all excited that they're about to get an ETF. And I'm like, oh, great. Like, why are you excited? Do you think, oh, the institutional money's going to come, bruh? No, it's just another tool for these fuckers to manipulate price, but that's fine. That's fine. I recently, not so long ago, was adding to my gold stack at 100, even bought more at 2,800. And look at that shit, dude. Nearly $3,300 an ounce for gold. It's a beautiful thing. That's because China is dumping U.S. treasuries and buying gold with it. Is the United States going to do some psycho shit and sell their gold to dump the gold price because they keep on buying it and put it into Bitcoin? Because, oh, Jesus, that seems risky. But I got more Bitcoin than I have gold. I don't know. All right. Anyways. Okay. So there we go. Precious. So we got commodities across the board are in the green. Copper's bouncing back and everything else too. But gold is the real story here because 2.5% on gold is an insane jump, really. Silver at 4% is crazy too. So there we go. Crypto. Yep. Bitcoin is moving, baby. Almost 6%, nearly 84 cents. That would be bad. That's Peter Schiff. 84,000. There it goes. 84,000. All right. We're going to look at crypto independent of CNBC, though. So let's move on. The Dow jumped 700 points as it wraps up one of the wildest weeks ever on Wall Street. Don't trust it. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. That's okay. I'm not selling, but I have cash, and I'm going to let some of this shit play out. That's for sure. GM is cutting jobs, idling Canadian electric van plant due to market demand. Okay. All right. Fed Kashkari says rising bond yields, falling dollar show investors are moving on from the U.S. I saw something about how a lot of this U.S. Treasury dumping is happening in Europe, and the guy that posted it made the point that China has a lot of treasuries in Europe, holding a lot of treasury in Europe, so in Belgium and other places. So a lot of that could be China with their economic warfare. You know, did we think it was going to be easy? I sure the hell hope these dudes, these big brains at the United States, in the United States government, anticipated China doing this. We'll see what these guys got in store. BlackRock's Larry Fink says U.S. is very close to a recession and may be in one now. All right, we're trying to sell oil. Yeah, iPhones in the U.S. Let's look at Bloomberg real quick because why not? I've got the subscription. Let's live that life. You know what I'm saying? Treasuries. And let's make sure you guys can see all this shit. Yep. Treasuries suddenly trade like risky assets in a warning to Trump. Ba-doot-doot-doot-doo. Stocks extend drop. Dollar falls on tariff woes. Well, that's not true. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, there you go, folks. Here we go. This is different news. Stock side best week since 23 as bond rout eases. Okay, so the selling is concluded a little bit. Williams joining growing Fed core saying rates on hold for now. So they're not even saying that they're going to cut rates because that could have some adverse effects. I don't know. We're going to learn all together. Diamond sees Treasury market kerfuffle where Fed steps in. Bond and analysts debate if China had a role in Treasury swings. Okay. All right. We're going to do more interviews on the show again. I'm excited to talk to people. It doesn't have to always be just me hanging out and screaming at the screen. But I'm willing to do that as well. Excited to kind of get back into this, folks. I feel a little like, okay, what are we doing? But that's okay. We're going to get there. Russian oil shipments shift to Western tankers as prices slump. All right. Let's check out the block real quick, see what the mainstream crypto news has to say to us. Yeah, so Bitcoin hovering around 84. It doesn't look like, it looks like Solana likes it. Solana's happy right now, but it doesn't look like okay, we're going to look. We'll see at a CoinMarketCap. Commercial property platform Janover pivots to Solana Treasury strategy. Stock surges 1,100% as investors rush in. What the hell is a Solana Treasury strategy? Janover has invested over $9.6 million into Solana, 83,000 plus SOL, as part of a new digital asset treasury strategy with plans to stake its holdings and run validators to generate on-chain revenue. The move follows a $42 million funding round and has triggered a 1,100% surge in Janover's stock price as the company positions itself as a transparent, publicly traded vehicle for crypto exposure. Somebody's bullish on Sol. Conservative McDonald's shareholders push for Bitcoin treasury plan, but SEC says company can dismiss proposal. That's wild. Bitcoin jumps 4% as PPI data fuels inflation optimism, but experts urge caution. All right. Huh. Outflows from the ETF. You know what? Look, if Bitcoin is as robust and secure as I think it is, and a lot of very smart people think it is, this whole game theory, this whole race for Bitcoin seems to be heating up. And if this really takes off and gold continues to surge, it's going to keep up with gold on some level. And if you're a bull like I am, you think it could potentially flip gold eventually. And if that happens, your boy's going to get that house in Orange County. That's what's going to happen. All right. Soft inflation data could push the Fed to cut rates, but a gloomy macro picture persists. Fine. Who cares? All right. Blockworks. Let's go. Fusaka fork takes shape as Pectra enters final stretch. So we're going to get an upgrade. Now, ETH is something interesting to look at, right? How are you guys doing? There you go. So we got green across the board. I'm excited to go to CoinMarketCap. Except for Adam. Aw, Adam, you suck. Sorry. Yeah, so what was I saying? I saw green and I got confused. Oh, the thing that's on my screen. Ethereum core developers finalize the Pectra's May 7th launch and wrap scoping of the next upgrade. All right. So, I mean, look, anybody that's paying even a casual amount of attention to the crypto market knows that ETH has been languishing. All right. But do we really expect it to languish forever? Now, am I rushing to buy ETH right now? No, because that motherfucker burnt the shit out of me. I got out of it. Anybody else? I mean, I was an idiot and I decided that ETH was a good investment. And then after the Bybit hack, on the Sunday afterwards, ETH miraculously pumped to 2,900. And I thought, you are kind of a guy that rarely sells, but you're going to sell your ETH at 2,900. I feel like that's a good deal. So I did all right. Okay, let's keep on going. First Bitcoin road trip proved it could be money, even in 2011. Not all heroes wear capes. Not going to read that. Nova Labs from Helium settles the SEC. This guy's got one of my shirts on. All right. All right, we're good. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Okay. So the market cap of all crypto is up 5%, 2.65 trillion. Fear and greed, we're ticking up a little bit. We're still in fear, but ticking up. It's all good. So Bitcoin is just sub 84. It's actually it's diving just a touch. It's down to maybe 83.5 now. Volume is decent. ETH sitting at a little over 1,500. This is the volume it's been for a while. About 15 billion on ETH. XRP hanging on to $2. It's hard not to. I mean, they just acquired something. I mean, maybe, I just don't. I have a hard time getting my head around what the point of XRP is. I do. I've tried. I've looked into it, but I find it difficult to figure that out. It's all good. Sol, I certainly know the use case there. It's usually gambling, but I think people really are on the in on it. A lot of big money is on the in, is very in the green. Got it very early. There's an active developer group. There seems to be, it's kind of made its inroads with people that matter. So it seems like it's going to exist and companies are going to use it and they're going to profit from it. Now, is it why I got into this industry in the first damn place? Absolutely not. I don't feel that way at all. But unfortunately for me, I tend to invest in how I want things to be rather than how they are. So maybe Solana is how they are, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to see. We're going to see if the actual principles of this industry can win. It's all good. Doge is over 16 cents. It's up about 5% in the last 24 hours. Cardano rounds out the top 10, up 6%, over 60 cents. Chainlink also, everything's up about 6-7% in the last 24 hours, ticking up in the last hour as well. Avalanche knocking on the door of $20. Sui, 223. See, this is the issue that I've got with a lot of these newer things like Sui and maybe even Hedera and Aptos and all of these things, right? The newer things is that these are like, you're in the hands of VCs. I mean, all of this stuff in some way, but still, I don't know. I prefer these things that have already been through all that bullshit, that are still kicking and surviving, personally. So I'd be more inclined to a Bitcoin, obviously. That's most of my holdings. Even an ETH. I mean, XRP has been around, but I just don't really understand it. And then, Cardano too. Cardano has definitely the principles and the backbone. I haven't really been drawn to use any of its apps. So there's that. And it's kind of on an island because of their stablecoin situation. So no hate. It's all love for Cardano. It's just, I think that stablecoin situation is really holding them back, personally. Avalanche has some mojo for sure. I'm into it. They're doing actually really well, up 7.5% in the last week. So they've been pumping 7.5% in the last 24 hours. So let's get this thing back up to where I was buying. I was buying it at like 24. So I'm underwater. It's okay. Polkadot. We all know, if you follow me on Twitter, that I'm a bull. They got a lot going on now. Maybe the community doesn't really want to support me on Twitter. Thank you for that, apparently. But whether you guys like it or not, I'm going to be copying some Gigadot next week, and I'm going to be taking up some of that that collateral space on hydration. I'm a wood bull, and I'm excited about Jam. So whether you guys like it or not, I'm going to be kicking it, holding, and using your damn platform. Fucking like my tweets. Or my posts. Anyways, who cares? But let's keep on going. Come on, Algo. Aptos, almost $5. Ondo, a lot of people like Ondo. Near is nearly something that interests me. I don't really understand. Is there anybody that uses anything on Near? I just don't even think that they're targeting retail at all anymore. I know that one of the founders was in charge of AI at Google or something like that. So maybe they have a more B2B focus, but not on my radar. Not really interested. BitTensor, that's a substrate thing. Algo. There he is. Algo outside the top 50. Come on, folks. But it's up 6% like everything else. 18 and a half cents. Let's see. Volume is actually okay. It's what, 83 million? That's not great. Yeah. Silvio Macaulay, the founder of Algorand, went into the Paris blockchain event and gave a speech on something new he's creating called Fiat Chain. Don't love the name. Don't really know what to make of it. But if you want to put a nice bow on it, be happy about things, there seems to be a proliferation of the Algorand virtual machine. You have Voy from Chris Swenner fame, Gov, and some other lovely people like Wilder and Benedict, some cool folks over there at Void. There you have their AVM machine over there. Obviously, there's Algorand, and now there's going to be Fiat Chain. I need to look into it more and really understand what's going on. All right. I'm sharing this, right? Yeah, thank God. There you go. Flare. Some of you like Flare. That's up a lot. That's up almost 15% in the last 7 days. Something must have happened. I like Stacks, but man, is that thing languishing? 62 cents. But that's, I think that's the leader. If Bitcoin is going to be the base layer for things, smart contracts and shit like that, should we go check like some KubeCoin and check what's going on at Vestige? Let's refresh. So this is Vestige. This is where you find out everything that you need to know about Algorand Eco. Monco is going through a tough time, folks. So to all of the Monco heads, the Moncoloncos, the beers, the believers, the Justin Bieber fans, going through a tough time. I think they're delisting. They were paying some crazy amount for a market maker. And now a bit of the air has been taken out, but that's all gravy. Cuckoo token. Look at Cuckoo. This is Ghetto Pigeons. They got a game. They seem to be doing pretty good. Tiny, the premier dex on Algorand, their token, 2.5 cents. Vestige, where the aggregator where you like to do your swaps. DeFi is kind of MIA, aren't they? Monco's still up there, almost $1 million market cap. KubeCoin, front page news, almost 16. So we're at what? A little over a cent and a half. Definitely the market cap leaves something to be desired at 1/3 of a million. TVL is also lower. But we're back on the front page. Definite, long-standing liquidity token. Nico, they do some cool shit. Gora, friend of the show, former friend of the show. There we go. Alpha Arcade. Fully diluted at almost 4 million. Need to buy that back up to 4 cents. I think that they still have a sale going on, but this is something that I'm extraordinarily bullish on, and not just because they're helping support the show. But I mean, there we go. Alpha Arcade is the new sponsor of the RECOOP. Please make them feel good about that. Use their platform when you are in these situations where you're unsure about the market, but you've got a brain that needs dopamine. Little bets on Alpha Arcade, little predictions on Alpha Arcade are a good time. I won a handful of USDC on the Timberwolves last night. I got, now I don't know anything about golf, but I was like, oh, what is his name? I really know nothing about it, but the defending champion, I got him at like 17%. I think that's up. I don't know what's happening today though. I might be down. But anyways, some good stuff. We'll look at Alpha Arcade and just see what's going on over there soon. Let's go back to the chat real quick. Are you guys here? Let's see what did Decrypt have anything that I wanted. Oh, Ross Ulbricht is going to speak at the Bitcoin conference in Vegas. That sounds fun. Bitcoin is hovering around 84. XRP traders are betting that the Ripple linked coin will fall. Is that fall? Ethereum is down about half since Eric Trump posted about buying it. All right. You guys still here? Anybody here? Let's see what you got. Well, Farcoin just doubled in the last month. So this is the chat, by the way. Well, Farcoin just doubled in the last month. This is the new store value. There you go. Farcoin. Don't care. What's up, Gov? I was just shouting out Voy. What's up? Jax Knoll, what's going on? Another member of the troop. Good morning. At work, but good to see you, Coop. Good to see you too, man. Thanks for tuning in. Gov Hat, another friend of the show, longtime friend of the show. We got the, where is it? Right here. This is a Gov Hat original. Coop Toshi. A single unit of Coop is called a hair. And he made this from scratch. Pretty epic. Thank you, Gov Hat. Made $10 on the Cavs and the Pacers last night. There you go. I was looking at that. Who won? The Pacers, right? I was definitely gonna bet on the Pacers because the Cavs had a bunch of people on the bench. It's fun because for maybe those of you that are outside Algorand and want to try out Algorand, Alpha Arcade is definitely a great place to start. It's all the bets are in USDC. If you're a Coinbase user, it's very easy to get USDC on chain via Coinbase. And yeah, you can make these bets pretty quickly. You do need some algo in there, but it's not the most, I don't know, sports sophisticated crowd maybe at this point. Maybe I think it's getting better, to be honest. But you know, you might be able to see some opportunities there if you're quick and you kind of, I know we're all chronically online, so you might see a cool opportunity. I thought Scotty, whatever the fuck, was a good opportunity. Who knows? But it's all small bets and fun. Yeah, the Pacers won. Of course they did because everybody was on the bench. I went to go do that and I couldn't find the damn thing. I had to do limit orders, and I like quick satisfaction. I'm gonna keep on going. All right, so. Here we go. But anyways, I got derailed when I started combing my hair. I am not convinced fiat chain is something he's creating, i.e. working to develop so much as it is a concept. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of questions here. I think a lot of this is going to use Algorand technology, obviously. His creation, obviously with a team of brilliant engineers. And a lot of questions about what consensus is going to look like over there. The same thing as, Voy has actually done a pretty neat job at getting actual people, retail, to run nodes. I don't really know. I think that their relays are heavily centralized still, but I know that they're aware of that. They're a bunch of like angsty blockchain enthusiasts that want it to be decentralized. Now, do they have any energy outside of their core group? Not yet, but who knows? But yeah, I mean, fiat chain, there's so many questions. What the fuck does that even mean? Can't you just do that somewhere else? It seems to mean that they've run into, my guess is that at Algorand and with governments and large institutions, they've run into resistance about them using public chains. But is fiat chain going to be public? I don't know. I don't know the answers to that. We'll dive in. I'll have people like Gov Hat helping me out. I'll always ask questions in certain chats and stuff, and everybody's always there to help a brother out. But yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it yet. I'm trying to just be positive about it. I mean, obviously, that kind of takes a little bit of the shine away from Algorand as a government grade, institutional grade type of tool on some level, because why would they use the public blockchain if Silvio, the man with all the credentials and the reputation, has created something called fiat chain for them to use? But at the same time, obviously, Algorand and fiat chain are going to be heavily integrated together. So it'll be very easy to go back and forth. And if there's tons of money over there on fiat chain because of these institutions and whatever, potentially things could flow into Algorand, support apps, want to build things in a more public, decentralized way. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm hopeful. I don't think this is the end of Algorand. And you guys know, if I were really upset about this, that I would vocalize it. But I'm not feeling that way. So we'll see. We'll see. Things seem so bad, it's hard to get upset about anything at this point, like globally. Your thoughts on fiat chain? I just gave it a heart from Gov. Hi, Felicia. Thanks for tuning in, Felicia. Nice to see you. She is one of the big brains behind Realms, that Nico token we were looking at earlier, building a community almost metaverse. There's some cool games coming, awesome COOP graphics. They've done these really cool 3D image trailers and all this shit. So there's so much energy and creativity in the Algorand community. They're supportive. And it's something that, like, no matter really what happens, I want to hang with that group of people. I want a larger crowd, folks. So stop being such a, stop being so like, oh, this is our island. You can't say anything about anybody else. No, there's more things. But yeah, I'm invested in more things than just Algo and Coop, and RWA and Panda and Bronze. What have I done? Jesus Christ. What is wrong with me, honestly? But it's okay. We're having fun, right? This is fun. All right. Can we get a hair flip, Coop? Yeah, baby. What did It doesn't really flip anymore. This used to be, folks. I don't know if you guys have ever, figured this out, but this used to be like long and curly. Now it's fucking gray and it's still there though. It's all good. All right. I mean, let's go look at Alpha Arcade, can we? See if there's anything fun to check out there. Another cool fact about Alpha Arcade, if you're like, oh, another prediction market, the team behind Alpha Arcade is also the team behind Lofty, which is a tokenized real estate platform that is a credible platform. I think they were mentioned in a Fed paper, so they certainly are on the radar. They're tokenizing property in the United States, and it's a great team, for real. For real. Okay, why does it keep on defaulting to that? Let's check this out. So you got normal things, like you got some Algorand-centric things here, where it seems like very likely that the Algorand validators will pass 3,200. NBA champions up the Thunder. I've been wanting to bet against the Thunder for a while. They've actually dipped. That seems like an easy. I just don't want to have my money stuck there I'm not going to do anything of size, and I don't know. I just think that the Thunder are not going to win the NBA Finals. I think you're more likely to see the Celtics win, the Nuggets win. I think even the Warriors and the Lakers, even though the Lakers aren't playing that great. I mean, the Thunder might be able to do it. I just don't think they're going to be able to. I think they're too young. I fucked up not betting on Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain the other day, PSG, but that's okay. The Dodgers. I like to bet on the Dodgers. They're good. Will the Cavs beat the Knicks? I think the Knicks might have something to play for. I don't know, though. Yeah, this is like the Warriors fucking blew it against the Spurs the other day. But that's a little too easy money. Wouldn't take the other side of that one. They really need this win. Grizzlies, Nuggets, that's a huge game with a lot of playoff implications. The Grizzlies need this game. Ja just won't like step down, will he? Rockets, Lakers. Lakers need the game. Rockets don't, and it reflects it. So, yeah, so the sophistication is getting good here. The betting is getting a little less easy, but yeah. So you got ceasefire. You got global news. You got everything. This is the spot. And the cool thing about it is their alpha token. If you own the token, you're getting revenue every 2 days. I don't know. This is like the coolest app to come to Algorand for a while. Alpha Arcade is a good name. It's going to evolve. It's just at the beginning. I don't know. We got to get more liquidity on this platform. I just think it's excellent. And it's way better than, I just think it's better. I just want it to be better. And they also are supportive of the show. So I like that. Speaking of FIFA, I mentioned Dot earlier, and I don't know if you guys are, Mythical Games. They're building on Polkadot. They moved from Ethereum to Polkadot ecosystem, and they're doing really fucking cool games. They got NBA Rivals, they got NFL, they're doing FIFA coming up. They got the Pudgy Penguins game going on over there. I don't know. Personally, I feel like Polkadot is a sleeping, let's not say giant, but a sleeping ecos. I think people are asleep on this. Personally, the community does not want to support me, which I don't know. I guess my ego is a little like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you guys are on an island. Why don't you fucking support? Like, why are you so gatekeepy about this? Anyways, moving on. Stop complaining. Stop complaining, Cooper. Fine, bro. I'll stop complaining. There we go. UFC. We got a bunch of UFC. I got to call my buddy who is a big UFC guy and tell me who I should bet on. Anything else in the chat? Let's see. We got Gov relays get 10% weekly of what participation gets, and I think about 8 of 40 are run by our group. You got 40 relays. It's open, but the upside isn't huge, so it's not wildly popular to dive in. Gossip should be dope. Yeah. So the upgrade that the foundation, John Woods, and team are working on, the Voy team is sitting on the sidelines, eagerly anticipating the thing. Guy Incognito. Hey, Coop, how's your staking strategy playing out? Well, bro, I kind of, I have a lot of, I'm pretty heavily exposed to Tiny Man, to be honest. I like that ecosystem. So I've been using mainly, I'm not running my own node. I'm liquid staking via Tiny Man for the most part. Yeah, I mean, I said this earlier, Gov. He's saying Alpha Arcade is outstanding. Prediction markets are a blast. They really are, and I genuinely mean this in the sense that I do deal with the lack of dope. We're all, I mean, I think most of you that are tuning in right now, we don't have a lot of momentum on the show right now, but we've got a few hundred of you. Thank you for showing up. We're all kind of chronically doing this, and the dopamine of making a buy, watching it go up, the shit of watching it go down, staking it, earning yield, all that crap. I kind of love it, and it's a little bit of a gambler brain. I get it. I don't have a big gambling problem outside of crypto and stocks and shit, investing. But yeah, just small bets on Alpha Arcade just satisfy that for me. So I don't I'm not buying rips in this market. If you're buying when things are pumping right now, maybe you need to, because I do believe that at some point I'm not able to predict, Bitcoin and then crypto will follow, is going to rip. And that might be happening soon. It is sort of happening now, but I own enough and I do want to buy more, but it certainly will not be while it's on its way up. So I need to fucking gamble to satisfy my degeneracy. Is that good? Anyways, another cool thing about alpha is that for a lot of markets, if you place limit orders within a certain range around the spread, you get rewards. Oh, yeah, that 50% thing. You're right. Yeah, we could look at that. Let's look at that. We're still there. So let's look at that. So is there anything right here? LP rewards, right? That's what you're talking about. So like right now, if you were to say, will FIFA launch a token on Algorand in 2025? This would be a good. Wait, what? This is what I was looking for. So you want this around 50%, right, Gov? So anyways, there's certain markets that if they are, if will FIFA launch a token on Algorand in 2025, there's $60 there and it's around the halfway part. So I think that you get rewards for putting a certain amount of money in there. So that's cool. So that helps with the they're incentivizing the Champions League winner. Cool. Yeah. So there's that. Ice Age says, "Good to have you back. Good to see you back. Thanks for tuning in, man." And I'm actually excited. I'm excited to I'm like refreshed. I was doing this. It felt like a task. You know what I mean? Like it felt like I had to do it. Now I'm actually excited to kind of dive in again. Things are dramatic in the world, and I'm navigating it, and this is a collaborative show. You know what I mean? So I got the chat. I got smart guys in the chat. We'll figure things out together. We navigate the noise. Somebody said that earlier, a lot earlier on my show. It's like they commented it's fun to navigate the noise with you, Coop, and that's what this show is about: is navigating the noise, trying to fucking bring some honesty to it, not some transparency to it. I'm not shilling shit. I'm not trying to get you to buy anything. I'm clearly sponsored by Alpha Arcade, but that's on you. You know what I mean? You can buy Alpha, get those, get the thing, do it, believe in them early. You know what I mean? Their sales at a $4 million market cap, and it's sub $4 million market cap. To me, that sounds like, okay, that's a good deal, but that's up to you. You buy it or not. It's going to be more about having fun, looking at what the opportunity that's on the platform and hoping that they can grow, because I believe in the Algorand ecosystem. I want the community to win. And if they have very successful apps like Alpha Arcade being built on Algorand, and it's a successful app, that's going to help everybody, right? So it's when the synergies match. If you place bets within the plus minus midpoint, you get rewards, even if your order doesn't fill. Huh. All right. Cool. Let's just, what time is it? Okay, it's time for me to kind of go, but let's just go look at the stock market and see what it's doing before we go. So now we know default is that, but I like it to be there. So yeah, the markets are basically the same at about 1.5%. Look at that guy. Oh, the fucking stupid ass pictures that these people put up. I think a lot of these inflation numbers are kind of coming in, and they're from before the tariff stuff really started ramping up. So I don't know. I am personally noticing a tick up on food, and things seem to be getting more expensive. I feel blessed and lucky to find gas around $4.40, but that's also because my state sucks and taxes the shit out of it. CEO, Trump's China tariffs are a doomsday scenario for small businesses. I mean, mortgage rates at over 7%. My buddy bought a house in Burbank. I think it was late 2020, or I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021, but he got it like sub 2%. That was a good investment. Well, I'll be staying tuned. Yeah. I mean, look, folks, at this point, so Intel's diving. Intel shares sink as China tariffs hit U.S. made chips. We got to start building stuff here again. There's a funny AI picture of a bunch of fat people trying to assemble iPhones that the Chinese were sharing. Seems unlikely that iPhones will be built in the United States because the United States, we like to get paid like minimum $20 an hour. It's an expensive iPhone, folks. All right. But machines are taking over anyways. Robots are going to be making all this shit anyways. We're going to have deflation is actually going to be the problem, right? That's going to be the actual problem. It might already be showing up, but that's where we're headed. All right. Anything? You guys got anything else? Stop sharing. I'll look at you guys real quick. Okay. If I've bought a position and I'm up on it and it has rewards, I'll sometimes try to bank profit and collect rewards by selling my position within the upper bound of the reward. Okay, so Governor's Hat is an active user of Alpha Arcade. And hopefully, Gov, you will be showing up in this chat and helping this crowd with the Alpha on Alpha Arcade like you're doing right now. I had my mortgage locked at 1.2% for 4 years. Oh, man. For only 4 years. Damn it. Yeah, all of these people in the States, they got their 30-year mortgages sub 2% or whatever it was, around 2%. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, folks. Well, look, this has been fun. Thanks for tuning in again. We're going to keep this boat rolling. I'll be back on Monday. I think I'm going to aim for an earlier time. I had to go to my kid's talent show today and do a ton of things. And yeah, but I'm aiming for more of a 1 p.m. Eastern start time. And then if life insists, we might go back to being an early show, but I think it's better for my health and my longevity of the show if I do this at around noon, 1 o'clock Eastern time. We did it at 2 Eastern today. All right, folks, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming out. And yeah, have a great weekend. Don't trip. Life is good. Enjoy life. Go outside. I don't know what the weather is like where you're at, but it's fucking beautiful here. So I'm going to get outside. I'm going to take my kid and my youngest to a basketball practice. And then I'm going to wake up early and I'm going to take my kid to a basketball tournament. Then I'm going to come home to a very full house. And I'm probably going to play with them. And then in between, I'm going to check in on you guys on Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at Coop_Daniels. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, right? Do that, please. And even turn on notifications maybe on YouTube. So I'll be doing pre-recorded stuff again. I'm feeling inspired. I want to have some fun. I want to learn some more things and I want to share it. All right, folks, I will see you on Monday. Peace.